Hello everyone, nubkeks here. Welcome back from Nub Raids. We are on the Raid Shadow Legends test server to check out a bunch of new champions. I'm really excited to show you this. Yeah, so I know this video is coming out at a crazy time. We actually got delayed a day going on to the test server due to like technical issues and like bombing stuff happening in Ukraine that's disrupting the people that we're working with Plarium as part of the content creator program. All sorts of stuff going on. It's a crazy world we live in, but here we go. Speaking of a crazy world, on a lighter note, look at all these red dots, guys. We have red dots on many factions. Let's dive in. Let's go. Banner Lords, first of all. No new legendaries. Yep. I did take a quick glance through. We're just going to double check. Here we go. Yalfrig is our first new champion. Honestly, guys... Yalfrig, so he wants to say hello. He is level 1 in a brand new MMO RPG, and he's probably never going to get past level 1. He does have a nice cloak. Maybe he's level 5. He dropped a nice cloak, but he's looking pretty basic. You could not look more vanilla than this guy. I'm impressed. Let's take a look at him. He's a support champion, Spirit Affinity Epic. Base stats, fine. Nothing spectacular. Defense is a bit low. Solid speed and health, but nothing special. A1, a base, attacks one enemy, 20 bucks to a 40% chance of decreased attack. Flow of morale, 3 turn cooldown when booked. AoE attack, bucks to 100% chance to steal a random buff from each enemy and puts a continuous heal buff on all allies for 2 turns. I mean, it's a solid amount of healing. The steal is okay. I don't imagine he's going to hit very hard. Committed offensive, 6 turn books to a 4 turn cooldown, fills turn meter of all allies by 15%, then puts increased attack on everyone for 2 turns. I mean, compared to other epics out there, it's fairly underwhelming. It's a small turn meter fill compared to like a Seeker on a longer cooldown. It's okay, not great. Purgeable removes all decreased attack debuffs from all allies at the start of this champion's turn. That's all right. Speed in all battles, 15%. Yeah, this is a very underwhelming epic. This is like pretty much pure filler. For Faction Wars, he brings some healing. The buff steal is like cool for man-eater waves. Increased attack is maybe useful for the faction. If you don't have an Ursula, might give you like a damage boost. Fairly underwhelming. That's a bad start. That's a bad start. Okay, we're in with another epic. Wow, it's great actually to see epics for high elves. They've got very few. Skiramus? What a name, Skiramus. Look at this guy. Whoa, this this guy looks like he's from some like mecha anime or something. Look at that. It's a bit strange how he's holding the sword by the blade, but I guess it's obviously going to be blunt down there. I guess I don't know. What is that? It's just, what is the purpose of that? I guess it's for like two-handing. I don't know. It seems weird. I think when they were like, you know, you could like two-hand long swords and stab with them, but I think you'd actually hold the blade a lot further down. Maybe it is for that. I don't know. Kind of weird. What's the point of this bit all back here? Strange. Anyway, that's not important, is it? Defensive base, HP based champion. Good defense. Very good. Well, solid HP for an epic. You know, a bit slow. A1 outpace, attacks one enemy. 90%. Oh, weird. 90% chance of stealing, 15% turn meter, 30% chance of a stun for 1 turn if the target's turn meter is fully depleted by this skill. So you have to fully deplete their turn meter with a 15% turn meter steal. That's pretty hard. And if you manage that almost impossible task, you only have a 30% chance to stun. What's even the point of this? What's even the point? That's terrible. Effortless superiority, 3 turn cooldown, attacks all enemies, decreased duration of all enemy buffs by 1 turn, and has a 75% chance of putting decreased attack for 2 turns. Fills his turn meter by 10% for each buff that has its duration decreased. It's an okay move. 3 turn, AoE decreased attack, it's alright. Not the best chance though. Decreasing enemy buffs is kind of cool. Again, this guy seems very mediocre. Hold the front, 3 turn cooldown when booked, okay. Oh, well, look at this, booking up with a decent chance. That does have a 100% chance when booked of provoking all enemies and puts counterattack and continuous heal on this champion for 2 turns on a 3 turn cooldown. Okay, 25% HP in all battles. Well, I think the A3 really did redeem him here. He was looking pretty rough. Okay, and I guess that's what this is about. Because he has counterattack on, They take their turn, they attack him, and then he has the chance to stun them. Okay, it makes sense. I talked too soon about this being bad. All right, he seems all right. I mean, I'm thinking really for Hydra, he comes in with counterattack and continuous heal with provoke as well. The counterattack's not going to do anything, but he'll mischief tank, and then he brings in AoE decreased attack and reducing their buffs. Gives him some turn meter. I think this guy actually seems pretty solid for Hydra. I'm not sure if he'd see much use elsewhere, but actually seems pretty all right for that. I'll probably try him out. Seems okay as a mischief tank. Yeah, not bad. And maybe decent for some wave control in faction wars and stuff too. Okay, he's all right. He's all right. Better than I thought. He started off bad and he got better. Yeah, bad and got better. Yeah, that's the one. Corvus the Corrupter. It's late. I'm recording this late, guys. I am tired. It's been a long day. Oh man, look at this dude. He's got the Plague Doctor beak. I remember seeing preview art of this guy. I love the snakes and stuff. Yeah, so like the whole doctor motif of like the snakes, the twin snakes curling around with the Plague Doctor. But this doctor's got a curvy sword. That's probably a nightmare to get into a sheath, let me tell you. A1, reductive process. Attacks one enemy, 60% chance of decreased attack. All right, pretty solid. A2, 3-turn cooldown when booked. Attacks all enemies twice. First hit increases all enemy debuff duration by 1 turn. Second hit increases ally buffs by 1 turn. Medical Miracle. That's a really good move, right? Increase all enemy debuffs, increase all ally buffs. That is fantastic. A3, Field Research, 4-turn cooldown. Attacks all enemies 2 times. Each hit has a 75, that books to win 100% chance of placing 2 poisons. Yo, okay. Now I'm excited. All right. After attacking, puts poison sensitivity debuff on enemies under 2 or more poisons. That is very good. Damage based off defense. He's got great defense and HP. Is a bit slow. Good resistance and act. That's very good. So he's an AoE that's going to put out potentially 4 poisons and a poison sensitivity. Long cooldown at 4 turns. It is a long cooldown, and that's powerful. Then he can extend those debuffs, increase your buffs, decrease attack there. What's the passive? Curious Draft. Decreases the damage enemies under poison debuffs inflict by 5% less damage per poison. Stacks up to 25% less damage. Wow. Ally defense 30%. This is a very interesting champ. Very interesting. He can probably solo stuff pretty quick. He's going to put out a lot of poisons, then increase their duration. Now, he doesn't explode them, so he's not going to be massively fast, but he's going to be solid. I'm thinking against something like Ice Golem. He doesn't really bring any buffs to extend himself, but in a regen set, he's going to reduce the Ice Golem's damage. He can potentially put decreased attack, put out lots of poisons and poison sensitivity AoE. He's tanky, increase those poisons. This guy seems like an exciting champion. I'm looking forward to testing him out. I think Corvus here has a ton of potential. Any epics? Doesn't look like it. Any rares or worse? No. Okay, Barbarians. And in here, it's the Fragment epic. Right, Hoskarul. Standard enough base stats, really. He's quite tanky, really, for an epic. That's about it. Lots of resistance, too. So there are his stats. We've already seen his moves. Honestly, looking at him now, I'm kind of like, I don't know, something about seeing him in-game. I'm like, the low chance to stun, the AoE okay chance to stun, removing stun and buffing the team, more damage against stun. It's like, there's something about seeing him in-game that makes it more real and makes me go, like, I'm really not that interested in the Fragment. Like, I'm really thinking about just skipping all of the weird thing about doing the Fragment is I could easily do probably all of the events except for the summoning one anyway. So I don't know. Is it even worth pulling? It's a 2x Ancients. It's not the worst. Maybe I should just save towards another guaranteed. Let me know what you would do. Like, he's a good champ. He's a solid champ. But I'm like, looking at him there, I'm like, I'm not going to use him. Let's be real. Over to the Ogryn, where we do have 2 new champs. Okay, so first of all, we've got C's. I do see he is new. He is the new login champ. Of course, I did a video on him. Base stats are actually pretty good, so that's nice. His skill set is fairly underwhelming. I talked about this. I think by the time you get him from logins, he's completely useless. But if you pulled him early on, he is definitely worth trying out. I mean, 1.5k attack and 60% crit damage. That is respectable. 100 speed as well. I think as an early game go first nuker, this guy has a lot of potential. So that is cool. Then the other new champ we have here is Lorne the Cutter, who looks very similar really to the other guy. Nice ears, man. Attack based, he's got bad crit damage though, not the most attack, so a bit underwhelming stat wise. Triple hitter A1 heals this champion by 15% of the damage inflicted. All right. Attacks all enemies, Frightful Frenzy, 3-turn cooldown, 100% chance when booked of putting Leech, and heal reduction for 2 turns. Snatch into Darkness, 4-turn cooldown, attack one enemy, 100% chance of decreasing the target's turn meter by 100%. Interesting. So this is definitely a Fire Knight champion. Set him up in the AI preset. He triple hits on the first turn. Second turn, then when the shield is down, depletes the turn meter. Seems like a budget Cold Heart. He's basically a worse Cold Heart. One less hit in the A1. No enemy max HP damage here. The leech and heal reduction is pretty underwhelming. This guy seems pretty bad. I think he seems like he's good for Spider and for Fire Knight, depending on affinity. For like someone who's early game, he just seems like a bad Cold Heart. Let's be real. Basically what's going on there. And I think that's it for Ogryns. Okay, a bit underwhelming. Into the lizards. Not the lizards, the skinwalkers. They're like lizards, but they're hairy. Samson the Masher. Justice for Harambe. It's finally here. Look at this guy. This guy looks sick. I love it. I love it. There was a time it took them so long to add in Skinwalker champions. And I think every single Skinwalker champion they've added in, people love them, right? Right? I don't know why they took them so long. I guess they're hard to design, but this guy looks sick. HP based, good HP, built for damage, 63%. Intriguing. Okay. Vanity Fist, attack one enemy twice. Each hit has a 45% of placing a stun. Nice. Damage based off HP. Explosive Temper, 3-turn cooldown. Attacks all enemies. Removes all increased defense buffs from enemies before attacking. An extra hit if this attack kills an enemy. Well, that is interesting. That is interesting. So obviously against, a well-built tanky team, it's not quite going to work. But if you're up against like an arena team where there's like one really squishy nuker and he manages to one-shot them, he's going to get an extra hit in on everyone else. That is pretty cool. The removing increased defense, that seems weak because you're not going to build accuracy. If he's a damage dealer, it looks like he's a HP damage dealer, which is very exciting, but he's not going to have enough accuracy for this. Roar of Victory. Never mind. Places increase accuracy. There we go. Okay. On all allies, no less. 4-turn cooldown. Increase accuracy on all allies for 3 turns and increase crit damage on this champion for 3 turns. Then grants an extra turn. Okay. This champion is pretty hype so far. So boost his own damage. Excellent. Increase accuracy so we can actually strip. So we can actually stun. Awesome. Okay, that's exciting. Plus increase accuracy. This could be an absolute beast of an arena champion. That is very intriguing. Although again, increase accuracy, your buff stripper, he has an extra turn here, so he's going to increase accuracy. Your buff stripper's not going to benefit. It really boosts him though. That's very exciting. Then Affronted. Decrease the damage this champion receives from critical hits by 20%. Counter attacks the attacker when hit with a crit. Oh, okay, this guy's good. And he's tanky. He's a HP champ. 50% chance of counterattacking the attacker when hit with a strong, normal, or weak hit. Yo. And he's a really good chance to stun there. Although, will he have enough accuracy? Defense in all battles, 30%. That's cool. Don't know if you necessarily need to use that. This is a very exciting champion. Samson the Masher. I'm super hyped to try this guy out. Potentially a new massive HP nuker. That could be so exciting. He can take a hit and then just starts punching them back. Badass. That is hype. That is hype. He's my favorite so far. I've got hiccups. Oh my god. Orcs. No legendaries. We have an epic. Tagore. Yo, this guy looks cool. Yo. This guy is thick. This guy is thick. You don't want him to sit on you, that's for sure. I like he's got like some skeleton feet, it looks like, weirdly protecting his precious bits. That's interesting. Damagic Stick. Attacks one enemy twice. Puts increased defense on the ally with the lowest current HP. Okay, support champion here. Good speed, right? Charge Chant. Say that 5 times fast. Charge Chant. Charge Can't. 3-turn cooldown when booked. Attacks all enemies, puts increased speed on all allies for 2 turns, then heals all allies by 15% of this max HP. Why is this also an AoE attack? Who knows, but we'll take it. It's actually really good. Increased speed and healing on a 3-turn. Good Hydra champ so far. It could throw off Head of Mischief stuff, but could also help you stay alive maybe. Ooh, Rise and Fight. Okay, 5-turn cooldown revives all dead allies. 30% HP. I mean, they're coming back weak. No turn meter. Also puts shield on all allies for 2 turns equal to 20% of this champ's max HP. So the shield actually goes on everybody. Aid the Feeble. Decrease damage received by allies with 50% HP or less by 10%. Also pretty useful. Okay. HP in all battles. This guy seems like a solid support. Look, he's coming in with a revive that puts out an AoE shield. He's at speed and an AoE heal. Increased defense, some less damage here. He's definitely not amazing, but this is a solid support champion for that early mid-game faction wars. Could come into some Hydra stuff with the increased speed. Pretty intriguing. Pretty intriguing. Cool. And I think that's it for Orcs. Interesting. All right. We've got only 2 factions left to look at. Noct. He is up next. Oh, I remember seeing the art for this guy. Yes. I remember. This guy I'm hyped for. Surely this is a poison champion. Look at this poison. Surely. This guy looks super cool. They really knocked it out of the park. The spider on his back, that's really disturbing. That's so disturbing. Haze of Pain attacks one enemy. 80% chance of decreased accuracy. Damage based on HP. He doesn't have much crit damage, so probably not a damage dealer. Well, let's see. Dreamer's Demise. 3-turn cooldown. Attacks all enemies. 100% chance of putting sleep. And 2 poisons. Puts 2 additional poisons for 2 turns whenever a sleep debuff placed by the skill is removed or disappears after an enemy takes damage. But like, do they not... the poison wakes them up, right? Doesn't it? So, surely the poison wakes them up. Okay, we got to test this. So, I'm 90% sure that when they take a turn, the poison will wake them up from the sleep. That's just really, really bizarre. And then I guess, will those poison debuffs then tick? Or will they not tick? Maybe that's the point. Is that the point? That is so strange. That's really weird. Okay. Heady Fumes. 3-turn cooldown when booked. Ally protection on all allies except this champ for 2 turns. And continuous heal on all allies for 2 turns. That's a cool move. Somnolence. Heals this champ by 3% max HP and all allies except this champion by 1% of this champion's max HP every time a poison debuff ticks on an enemy. It's a lot of healing. Whenever an ally is attacked while under ally protection, has a 40% chance of putting sleep on the attacker. Okay, ally HP in dungeons. This is so... he's got two different ways to put out sleep, but he's putting out poisons. It's just going to wake them up, right? Right? And like, they've just hit you whenever you're attacked. So they've just attacked. Unless the sleep, like, could it interrupt an AoE attack? I'm not sure. This guy definitely needs to be tested. This seems really weird. Look, he's putting out lots of poisons, and he's got ally protection and healing. Decrease accuracy. It's very odd. Very strange. Would it be good for Hydra as like a protector healer? Poisoner, it's not super useful. The decrease accuracy. He's going to be No, he's not going to be a clan boss beast because you can't sleep the clan boss. What is this champion for? I feel like he's an arena champion that's supposed to use lethal dose. He's supposed to AoE sleep and poison and then be sleeping, protecting the team, and wear them down with lethal dose and outlast them. I feel like that's what he's for with the blessing. But I'm just not... I don't know if he actually works. I don't know. We need to test him. Maybe I'm missing something. I don't know. I'm confused. Harima. Legendary Force Affinity for the Shadowkin. She looks cool. I actually thought in her artwork she looked kind of cooler. She looks kind of shy. She looks like a teenager in cosplay. That's just really no self-confidence at all. They just don't quite know what to make of it. Like, I don't know, the school event. They're at the prom dressed as a samurai thing. And they don't know what to think. Who knows? Defense based though, Force Affinity, cool. Lots of defense and lots of crit damage. So probably a defensive nuker. She's slow. Okay, let's take a look. Debasement. Attacks one enemy. 75% chance of decreased attack for 2 turns. And a 50% chance of decreased attack on all other enemies for 2 turns if this attack is critical. Same thing I said with the other guy. Maybe there's some sort of accuracy thing in her kit. It's unlikely you're going to build her with enough accuracy to do this. Maybe for Hydra and stuff. We'll see. But potential AoE decreased attack is cool, but if she's a nuker, I don't know. Purgative Punishment, 3-turn cooldown, 30% damage as well. That's a lot. Attacks one enemy 3 times. Each hit decreases target's defense by 5%. Stacks up to 30%. Ooh. Each hit also increases this champion's defense by 5%. Stacks up to 100%. Instantly activates the Celestial Awe skill if this skill kills an enemy. So that's one of her other skills. Okay, so single target nuke will really benefit from being used multiple times, decreasing enemies' defense, boosting her defense a lot. She's going to really smack. Like, she's going to be a monster, surely. Celestial Awe. 3-turn cooldown when booked. Attacks all enemies. Places provoke for 1 turn. This debuff cannot be blocked or resisted if the target champion is from the Demon Spawn faction. Hot diggity dog. I mean, she's already actually, I think, pretty good for Hydra. So you won't activate this. You don't kill anything in Hydra. They just change. They respawn or whatever. So I don't think that would proc. But for Hydra, AoE decrease attack, decreasing their defense, massively upping her defense, so she'd be tanky. She'll hit really hard. And then an AoE provoke 3-turn. She's got potential for Hydra. Probably for Arena, but like, look at her for Arena. AoE provoke attack on a defensive nuker that can't be resisted or blocked by Duchess or Withier or Candrafon. That's a really big deal. All those Mortu Macabre, that's a huge deal. That's very good. Demon Slayer. Enemy ignore defense effects are decreased by 50%. Champions from the Demon Spawn faction cannot inflict critical hits on this champion. This champion cannot land weak hits on champions from Demon Spawn. Ally resist in Arena by 80. Ooh, okay. This champion is freaking insane. This champion is great. She's really good. Okay, so she's got Hydra potential, but as an Arena champion as well, she's going to be smacking hard. Again, I'm just thinking like Candrafon, Mortu, these really common champions. Duchess, Withier, I've said them already. Kymar. Helicat shows up, kind of earlier game a bit. That's massive. Like, a Mortu Macabre, just he can't kill her. The ignore defense effect reduced. That's insane. Just it's probably only against her, or is it against everyone? I'm gonna guess. This sounds so broken. I'm gonna guess it's probably only against her, but I don't know. It could be wrong. But that's massive. She can't be crit by Demon Spawn. That's nuts. And she can't weak hit them either. That's really useful. That bypasses reaction, doesn't it? Does reaction turn it from a crit to a normal hit? Maybe it does. Maybe it just makes it a non-crit, just to normal. But not weak hitting is still big. Yeah. So even without... Oh my god, I'm dying in this video. Even without accuracy, she's a monster. You build her with some accuracy, she could be really good. Good aura. This champion's insane. I really want this champ. And that's not quite the last. Okay. Yes, YST was saying to me that he wants to do a video with this one. Suiren or Shuren? And I get some comment be like, excuse me, nubkeks, it's Sayurian. How did you not know that? It's Japanese pronunciation. You're from Ireland. How did you not know that? It's a epic attack. Okay attack, not much crit damage. All right, so base stats, nothing to talk about. Lotus Kiss, attacks one enemy twice. Each hit 50% chance of putting poison for 2 turns. Okay. Downsize, 3 turns, just by default. Attacks one enemy twice. Each hit 70% chance of putting weaken for 2 turns. Confusion Reigns, 3 turns. Attacks all enemies. 80% decreased defense. Okay. And then accuracy in dungeons by 60. Very intriguing. AoE decreased defense champion for Shadowkin, though. That's big. That's not a legendary. That's the first epic, right? That is the first AoE decreased defense champion epic. Now, it's not 100% chance, which is annoying, but it's probably good enough. And with Sniper, you get it up to 85%. Most of the time, it will work. Pretty cool. Then single target weaken, very likely to land. And lots of poisons on her A1. Seems like a really good champ, actually. Yeah, decreased defense, weaken, and poisons all together. This is definitely like a more old school boss killer for things like Dragon, Clan Boss, Demon Lord, Ice Golem, that sort of thing. Fire Knight, she might be okay. Double hitters. Yeah, she'd probably be pretty good for Fire Knight too, though the poison's not super useful there. Accuracy for dungeons as well. Seems like a very, very solid champion, this one. I like her edgy theme as well. She's cool. So there we go. They are all the new champs. Actually, pretty interesting thing. We had some flops. Like, I feel like we started on a real low note with Yolfrig. What a bad note to start on. But couple of standouts there. Samson, this guy looks like a beast. I'm literally and figuratively excited to try him out. And Harima looks like a meta changer. 100% meta changer. Defensive nuker. Very exciting. A defense nuker and a HP nuker with tons of potential. I am hyped for this one. No new Sylvan Watchers. Man, no new Sylvan Watchers this time, so that's intriguing. But there you go, guys. They are all the new champs. My initial impressions. Let me know what you think. This video is going to be out at a crazy time, so hopefully it doesn't mess up the algorithm and you actually get to see it and stuff. YouTube might be like, you're publishing this at a random time. We're not going to show this to anyone. I don't know. Make sure to give the video a thumbs up if you've watched this far. And thanks for watching. I'll see you all next time. Goodbye.